Mrs. Wheeler.
Good morning, Vivian.
Let's bring your coffee up to you.
I'll have it in the solarium.
Well, good. I'm glad to see you're not going to lock yourself in your room again today.
Vivian, I've been betrayed.
Betrayed? By who?
By my own son.
If you find that's too many tables to handle for lunch, let me know, Richard. Oh. Oh, that'll be fine. Thank you. Hi, Dennis.
Paige?
Are you here for lunch?
Yeah, am I too early?
Yeah, a little bit. I can offer you some coffee, though. Choose any table you like. I'll get a waiter to take your order.
Actually, I was hoping to run into Dad. But his secretary said that he'd be here.
Oh, you just missed him. I think he's on his way back to KVIK.
Oh, was he here for a business meeting or something?
No. He was here alone. He just stopped by to have some coffee with me.
Yeah. That's just like we used to do.
Dennis would never betray you, Mrs. Wheeler.
He not only betrayed me, he made a fool of me as well.
I don't believe that either. You know how you tend to exaggerate things. I think this is a misunderstanding.
Oh, there's been no misunderstanding. My own son has made a fool of me, and that's all there is to it.
How?
By tricking me. He promised to support me in removing Ryan from World Oil. If in return I'd let Paige move back into Alex's suite and be rehired at the top of the World Club.
Yes, I know all about that.
But what you don't know is that he didn't hold up his end of the bargain.
You mean
He changed his mind. Once he got what he wanted, he decided not to help me have Ryan ousted as head of the company.
And you need his support, don't you?
Since he owns 1/3 of the stock of World Oil, of course I need his support.
Well, it's not like Dennis to go back on his word.
No. And that's not all, Vivian. I told him that if he didn't hold up his end of the bargain, I'd have that dreadful ex-wife of his fired again.
You wouldn't do that, would you?
I would. Only he didn't seem to care anymore whether Paige lost her job or not.
He didn't care?
No. He suddenly seemed indifferent about the whole thing. It's as though he's playing some sort of diabolical game. I don't know what's happening to him.
Maybe he was just saying that he didn't care whether she lost her job or not. Maybe he didn't mean that.
Oh. He meant it all right. I know when he's telling the truth.
Well, you said that something's happening to him? Well, what do you think that is?
I don't know yet. It's just a feeling I have.
He's been through a lot lately, Mrs. Wheeler.
I'm aware of that. But I know my son. And the person I talked to night before last is not the boy I raised for 25 years.
Of course not. Dennis isn't a little boy anymore. You just never faced up to that. He's a grown man now.
It's not that, Vivian. I'm talking about something else.
What?
He's become cold, hardened.
Not Dennis.
And he lied to me.
Dennis lied?
He promised me his help.
Oh.
He promised me, Vivian.
Mrs. Wheeler, I think this might just be the best thing. If you've gone through with your plans to get Mr. Connor out of World Oil like you'd planned on, you were headed for a lot of trouble. You heard what Mr. Grant Wheeler said.
Oh, I don't care what he or anybody else says. And I have every intention of going through with my plans. As far as I'm concerned, what is it? Oh. Good morning, Grant.
Does that bother you that Elliot came by to have coffee with me?
No, of course not.
Are you sure? Well, good. I'd certainly understand if it did.
But it didn't. In fact, Paige, I think it's very nice that you and Dad have kept up a friendship like this.
You know, I still can't imagine how you talked Iris into letting me have my job back, but I'm very glad you did.
I think it's going to work out for everyone involved, Paige.
I hope so. One of the things that I want more than anything now, Dennis, is for us to be friends. I know that's asking a lot, considering how much I've done to mess up your life, but... I mean, we are talking, right? That's a start.
That's a start.
And maybe one of these days, you can learn to trust me just as much as I trust you.
Do you trust me, Paige?
How could I not, Dennis? I mean, at a time when most people would cut me loose, you helped me get my life back together again.
It's just that I've got a lot to make up for, Paige. I mean, I was really rough on you for a while there.
No, but what you did out of hurt and anger. I understand that. I understand you're thinking that I'd slept with Peter and wanting a divorce on the grounds of adultery.
What you said, it wasn't true.
It wasn't. But it certainly must have looked like that. I mean, there we were, together in the same suite. You had no idea that we were sleeping in different rooms.
Paige, that's all in the past now. I'm really glad you trust me. It makes things a lot easier.
Well, I'll go get you a waiter.
Oh, Paige, are you and Dad going anywhere tonight?
No, why?
Well, it's just that I'm going to the opening of a new art gallery, and I thought he might want to join me. I mean, if he's not busy or anything.
Oh, I think he mentioned something about coming here for dinner, but I think he assumed you'd join him. I'm sure he'd be happy to go with you. You know, we could probably all have dinner here afterwards if you like.
That's an idea.
Well, if you decide on that, give me a call, all right?
I will. That's right, Paige. Trust me. I'm going to help put your life back together in a way you'll